To another episode of From the Green Room. My guest tonight is Steve Skidmore of Skidders. Steve, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I've been promoting my album, as you probably know. You did a great article on your site in
Thank you.
August. Thank you for that. It's been very well received. It's my third favourite and my favourite album.
Awesome.
So it's been going really well until my wife cooked a really hard roast potatoes the weekend, and I had a tooth come out. So
Uh
up to that point, it was going very well.
oh. Well, that's never fun. So on that subject, you released the newest single, "Monday is Calling," off the your critically acclaimed album, Friends and Family Volume 2, follow up to the Friends and Family Volume 1. Tell us the idea behind the name of the album and what or who
Who were the friends?
Monday is Calling is about.
Okay, I'll start. Well, the overall principle was my first album called Skidders Electric. It was all electric guitar,
Mm-hmm.
and it was 99% instrumental because I really can't sing. Uh, my wife and I did a tongue-in-cheek song on there called "Just Boozing," uh, which was about me drinking too much and my wife telling me off, which is pretty autobiographical, really, to be honest. Uh, So the second album I did was always going to be just acoustic guitar. So I wanted to just change it totally,
Right.
and I decided because my songs are nearly all instrumental, it was going to be why not do an album that I could dedicate to people because the titles of my songs for the first album were random, and I was putting out on social media, can you recommend titles? And I sort of people half the titles on there were what people recommended out of nowhere. So I
Right.
thought it'd be nice to be able to do an album and dedicate it to people that were just lovely friends, lovely relatives, and lovely friends and relatives no longer with us. So I did Friends and Family last year,
Mm-hmm.
um, just acoustic. I was really pleased with that album, and without going into a lot of details, I had a lot of time on my hands for the following 12 months. So I made sure I did my third album during that time. And I thought, well, there was a lot of friends and family members that I'd missed off the first album and I
Right.
couldn't miss. So I just called the second one Volume 2. Um, so Monday is Calling is one of the songs from there. And thankfully, it's dedicated to people who are alive. I've got some lovely friends, Dave and Sean, and Sean's mother Margaret, who's a very lively octogenarian. She's so funny. But David doesn't work Mondays, so it's not like I don't like Mondays as in Bob Geldof. It's we like Mondays
Gotcha.
because we go out for a meal or we might go to the National Trust, go for a walk around the parks and so forth. So we have some great Mondays together. So I did this song and I wanted to dedicate it to them. And I thought Monday's Calling is a good title. Um, I tried to make all the songs on the album sort of representative of the people.
Right.
Like our second daughter, there's a lively reggae because she's a lively person. Monday's Calling really isn't representative of our friends. It's probably my favourite song on the album. It's got, I, I don't want to sound big-headed, but it just come out really nice. The sound came out nice.
Right.
I love the progression of the song, and I was just really pleased with it. And so I
Okay.
don't want to sound big-headed, but I was just really proud of it. So I
Awesome.
thought I want to make. I'll release this as a single.
Okay. And you said it. You do a lot of other stuff too. Besides the solo projects, tell us about some of those other music ventures you're involved in.
Sure. Is it all right to swear a little?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you can see from my cap, I'm
Yeah.
a bit of
John
a
Deere.
yeah. C16, I don't think he's as big in the States as
Hmm.
he is over there. He's American. You've heard of him, presumably.
Uh,
C16.
I think so.
Well, he's like an ex-vagrant, and he's like in his 80s, and he's got a big beard. You must have seen Jules Holland on the television, the
Uh,
live music.
yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, he came big on there. So I decided to do some of his tracks
Hmm.
and presented myself on stage as, instead of C6 Steve, Pissed Up Steve. And the idea of the set would be for me to have a few drinks on stage, and then I'd have a cigar box just like C6 Steve uses
Hmm.
through a full box, a resonator, and it was just great fun redoing his music.
Right.
I try not to do um, covers per se, but that was just something really good. And the Eric Clapton MTV Unplugged session,
Oh yeah, I
uh,
remember that.
I think that was his biggest selling album. Me and another chap, we did all the songs from that album, and that went down a storm, to be honest. And we started playing, obviously acoustically, and we joined up with a Crowded House tribute band called Crowded Out. You Crowded House big in the States?
I have not heard of them.
Oh right, right. They're a great Aussie band, or are they New Zealand? They might be New Zealand, but great songs.
Hmm.
So they came. We played the acoustic. They played the full. That went down a storm. Um, More sort of own music. I have a great friend. She's a real talent. She's got an amazing voice. Sammy Roberts is her name.
Hmm.
Uh, we perform as a duo called Bukachi, which in Mandarin Chinese means you're welcome. We just wanted a name that nobody else had used. And, there was a website domain available. We just went for Bukachi.
Nice.
We've done very well. We had an album come out that we brought out called "Welcome to Suburbia." Sammy wrote that song about leaving university and being sort of, now what do I do?
Right. Right.
Left to do nothing. So the rest of the songs either Sam wrote or I wrote or we co-wrote, and
Okay.
that was a really nice album. Welcome to Suburbia. So they're all on the Apple Music, Spotify, etc.
Awesome.
And we were BBC Band of the Month, which was nice.
Yeah, I remember seeing that on the in the stuff I was reading on you. Um, so you started work on your fourth album. What is that album called, and how's that project going so far?
Okay, yeah, that's a good question. The album's called Feckham Hall. Hall as in a mansion,
Hmm.
but it's a play on words really for fuck 'em all.
Nice.
And it's dedicated to all the people that really have not appreciated all the effort and work that I put in,
There you
perhaps for
go.
them in terms of music. So Feckham Hall is sort of, I've got the artwork for it, and it's a lovely piece of art. It's a really miserable, dark sort of hall,
Right.
uh, ghostly, with me walking up with a guitar box on a guitar case.
Okay.
Progress wise, because I've still been promoting the third album, I've got a lot of ideas what I want to do. As a lot of things, a lot of my compositions will come in my head,
Hmm.
and then I'll lay them down one way or another. Um, Either I'll start playing it on acoustic guitar, electric guitar, or I might go into my computer, into Logic Pro, which is
Right.
a DAW, and quite often that idea will progress and it will be far better than I thought originally. Or sometimes it'll be totally different, even though I start off with that idea. Um, there's one song on my latest album called Ackle Island, and
Mm-hmm.
it's an island in it's an island in Ireland era.
Okay.
Uh, we have some friends from there, and I composed that more or less in my head, and I put it down, recorded it, and it come out just like I wanted it to. I was really
Nice.
with that. So in terms of Feckham Hall, it's more or less all in my head at the moment. I'm not going to rush this one, and it's going to be something that I can take on the road, play live. I've been over perfectionized my last three albums. You
Okay.
couldn't, with a great big, unless you had a great big orchestra,
Right.
uh,
Right.
present that really. Some you could, but not all of them. So this is going to be, every track's going to be designed so it can be played live.
Okay. Well, yeah, like you said, you got plenty of time. Keep promoting the current album and take your time on that fourth one, and it'll be really good. So, besides that fourth album, what can we see from Skidders in 23? What's coming up for you?
Okay. Well, there's a really great artist called Andrew James from what's called the Cotswolds, which
Hmm.
is south of Stratford upon Avon, and we've been doing things together. I've been doing some guitar for him, session work. He's done some vocal. He did some vocals on the one and only vocal track on my latest album.
Okay.
So we're going to be colluding more, and hopefully play live at some point together.
Okay.
Uh, and he has a client that is writing an album. He gets Andrew to sing on it, play, do drums, everything, and then I've been putting the guitar work on there for it. So that's again, session work for that guy. Kylosus is goes under the name of, which is a bit of an awkward name to remember, but it's like progressive prog rock it is. But some
Okay.
good stuff there.
Awesome. Awesome. Where can we find your music, and what's going on with what's going on with you currently, and where you're going to be at and stuff in the UK?
Sure. So I would point everybody to my website, because all the social media, you can play all my music, you can get all my social media links, etc. from there. So it's skiddersmusic.com, skiddersmusic.com. Everything's from there. I'm quite proud of that website, to be honest. I think it's got everything you'd want. And
One
if anybody
one
I can't find, please let me know.
one stop shop. Awesome. Again, this has been From the Green Room. My guest tonight, Steve Skidmore of Skidders, talking about his current album, Friends and Family Volume 2. Out now. You can find that on all the streaming platforms, and just go to his website. And as usual, that will be in the link description below. And I see that you're a wine drinker. Were you drinking wine? Oh yeah, my wife and I love wine. We just
Argentinian Malbec.
we just went to the winery for my birthday, so I
Oh,
got
love.
6 bottles of wine chilling in the garage. So,
My
but
baby's my baby's a 72 bottle wine chiller. It's full.
yeah, I don't have that many yet, but maybe one day, maybe one day. Um, but anyways, Steve, thanks again for taking some time to join us, and hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And as always, the links and stuff will be in the description of the video below. And let's do this again, man. Let's talk again sometime.
Definitely, Brian. Thank you so much, and thank you for everybody who's going to watch this.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Have a good night.
Recording stopped.
Awesome.
Brilliant. Thanks, Brian. That was good.